Diving deep into the juiciest tales, reality, fame, and all the wild details. With Danny on the mic, it's
All right, folks, we are entering into a whole new chapter of celebrity gossip, the wild, sensational, and no hold barred era of the 1980s and 90s when tabloids became the kings of gossip and blind items found their permanent home. Picture it, racks lined up with magazines flashing all of these crazy headlines that practically screamed scandal. Everyone from Hollywood stars to rock legends to reality TV trailblazers was a fair game. And the blinds, they were juicier, bolder, and dare I say, even more ruthless. This was the time when gossip transitioned from coy whispers to screaming headlines, and blinds became a tabloid staple. And honey, this era changed the game forever. Let's start with the heavyweights, the National Enquirer and Star Magazine. These tabloids took blind items out of the gossip columns and splashed them across their front pages. They knew that their readers wanted more than just fluff. They wanted the dirt, the drama, and the dirty details. And if they had to use a blind item to hint at something explosive without getting sued, well, they were all in. National Enquirer became infamous for its blinds. They were often sensational, hinting at scandalous affairs, hidden drug habits, and even secret children. They read headlines like a famous pop star with a double life, or this A-list actor has a habit he's hiding, and the public couldn't get enough. People were drawn to the mystery, the chance to guess who these items might be about. Blinds in these tabloids weren't subtle. They were bold, brash, and often a bit trashy. But that's what made them irresistible. The period cemented blinds as a tabloid must have. They didn't just hint anymore, they practically shouted. And readers felt like they were seen behind the curtain, getting a peek at a world that was darker, more thrilling, and far more messier than what Hollywood wanted them to see. Next, we have the legendary page 6 in the New York Post. Now, this was a tabloid column with real prestige, blending scandal with New York's glitzy, gritty energy. Page 6 wasn't just interested in Hollywood, they were covering Manhattan's social scene, politicians, models, Wall Street giants, anyone who had a story worth telling and secrets worth hiding. And oh, did they deliver on blinds? A page 6 blind could hint at a Wall Street bigwig with a big secret, or an it girl socialite caught with a mystery man. The best part, page 6 wasn't afraid to push boundaries either. They gave just enough detail to make readers feel like insiders, knowing exactly who they were talking about without ever saying names outright. One classic blind that shook New York hinted at a certain real estate mogul with a few skeletons in his closet. Readers guessed it right away that it was none other than Donald Trump, even though page 6 never confirmed it. Blinds like these fed into the intrigue of the rich and the famous, showing readers that even the most powerful figures had secrets, and page 6 was happy to expose them one blind at a time. But let's not forget that this was the era of massive celebrity scandals, and who was more iconic than Princess Diana? By the late 80s and 90s, Diana's personal life had become tabloid fodder worldwide. The British tabloids, just as ruthless as their American counterparts, used blinds to hint at her tumultuous marriage, secret affairs, and the royal family's hidden drama. One particularly famous blind item hinted at a beautiful British icon who was trapped in a loveless marriage and seeking comfort in the arms of a mystery man. The public immediately guessed Diana, of course, but the mystery was what made it stick. Blinds gave readers a safe way to consume these royal scandals without the tabloids having to outright accuse a member of the royal family. And then there was Michael Jackson. The blinds about him were everywhere. The tabloids hinted at his reclusive nature, his ever changing appearance, and his eccentric behavior. But because these blind items were written as mysteries, they could dance around the rumors without actually confirming anything. This kept readers hooked on the enigma of Michael Jackson, a celebrity who seemed both everywhere and nowhere. And behind the layers of blinds and mystery, there was much hiding. By the late 1990s, blinds weren't just gossip anymore. They were power. If a star ended up in a blind item, it was the talk of the town. Tabloids had the ability to shape public opinion, make or break careers, and even sway people's reputations. And blinds were one of their sharpest tools. Take Madonna, for example. At the peak of her fame, tabloids loved to drop rumors about her romantic life and her supposed diva demands. One famous blind item suggested that a certain pop icon had a list of extensive demands that included color coordinated dressing rooms and candles flown in from France. The public, of course, knew that who they were talking about. Blinds like this crafted Madonna diva image, feeding the public's appetite for the larger than life personalities. And then there were the blinds hinting at the stars with addiction issues, with phrases like a beloved actor struggling with a secret habit. The 90s were the decade when blind items became darker, hinting at struggles beneath Hollywood's polished surface. This was the era when blinds stopped hinting at affairs and started delving into the personal battles and the private pains of the stars. Finally, we arrive at the late 1990s and the early 2000s when blinds made a new home online. Websites like Ain't It Cool News and The Smoking Gun weren't fully gossip sites, but they started to crack open Hollywood secrets in new ways. Suddenly, blinds weren't just limited to tabloids. Anyone with an internet connection could read and speculate on blinds, and the mystery grew even more intriguing. Tabloids began experimenting with online editions, and blind items took on a whole new life. People were no longer just readers, they were detectives, myself included, dissecting blinds, exchanging theories, and debating who was behind each mystery. This was the beginning of the fan driven gossip culture that we see today. In the way the internet democratized blind items, letting readers around the world participate in Hollywood's biggest guessing game. There you have it. It was the tabloids that turned blind items into a permanent part of pop culture. From the National Enquirer to Page Six to the early internet, blinds became the backbone of celebrity gossip, giving readers an addictive taste of the truth wrapped in mystery. This era showed us that blinds could be as powerful as front page headlines, shaping reputations and feeding our endless curiosity about the lives of the rich and famous. And as we move into the age of the anonymous internet gossip, remember, every blind you read today owes a little something to those tabloid years, when blinds became bigger, bolder, and unforgettable.